applause to our platinum sponsors, Horizontal Digital. Let me have Anil on stage.
Thank you so much, Sibu. So this session today is going to be all about connected experiences. So many brands found themselves at the crossroads when the pandemic hit. But some of the brands were way ahead than others. Apple versus practically everyone else. Tesla versus Ford and practically everyone else. Lenskart versus Titaneye. GeoMart versus Big Bazaar, some of the Indian brands. So why some of these brands were ahead of others is because they had the ability to be able to craft connected digital experiences for their consumers and convert those digital experiences into a loyal customers. But before we dive deeper into the world of connected experiences, let's just take a minute and look back how the need for connected experiences evolved over a period of time. So who here doesn't love the old brick and mortar stores back in the day, right? Where you can just go in, see the product, feel the product, and make a decision in real time. Well, at sometimes assisted by a charming seller. But the life was very simple back then. Brands has to manage just one channel, their store, to manage their consumers. And we as a consumers had one channel to engage with the brand. And then came the world of e-commerce. Everything was easy, quick, and at our fingertips, right? What it did was, it increased the number of channels for a brand to interact with their consumers. Earlier, just the store. Now, you have an e-commerce and where you can place an order. But it took away our ability to see the product and feel the product before you make a buying decision. Okay? And then next came the mobile evolution, which I personally like to call it e-commerce in your hand at your fingertips. What it did was, again, introduce the new channels, the customer service, the mobile application and whatnot. So consumer engagements continue to grow. And as consumers, our need to engage with these channels also continue to grow. The brands were able to manage these independent channels really well. They were able to manage their store and the store experience amazingly well. They were able to manage e-commerce and the e-commerce experience amazingly well. But what they failed to do, and a lot of them are still failing to do, is to be able to manage them together. Independently, great management. Together, no, not so good management. Let's just say I buy a product online and I don't like it. Can I take this product back to a store and get it replaced of the same brand? No. Okay. Let's just say I place an order on Instagram for my favorite brand. Can I pick that order from the store of that brand? No. These are some of the examples of disconnected experiences. But as a consumer, our expectation and the need for these connected experiences continue to grow with this evolution. So what do brands need to do? Brands need to start creating omni-channel connected digital experiences. But why do they need to do it in the first place? You might wonder. Well, the simple answer is to be able to create their customers loyal to their brands. If you cannot keep Gilda happy as a brand with every engagement that you have with her, she's just gonna go away. You can't afford your customers to go away. You want to keep them loyal, and that is why brands need to create connected experiences. But the variety and the volume of the devices and touch points that continues to evolve is continuously increasing consumers' expectations. And I'll give you another example here of a connected experience that a consumer expects. So let's just say you're browsing your Instagram. Okay, you stumble upon an advert by your favorite brand showing a nice dress of a kid, and it is from your favorite brand. Okay, you like the dress so much, you want to buy. Okay, and Instagram has showed you this to you based on the browsing history and the uses of your app. So you place an order directly within Instagram, and you get the dress delivered at your home. When you check out the dress, you find that this is a tad big for your kid and you want it to be replaced. But as a consumer, you are not sure that the smaller size will fit in either. So you call the customer care and say, hey, I have a store nearby of First Cry. Can you just tell me if this smaller size is available there? So the customer service agent says, oh great, yeah, there is a store 1 kilometers from your house. The smaller size is available in an inventory. Please go check it out. So you as a consumer go to the store, check out the smaller size, you like it, and you replace it for the bigger size that was delivered online. Now, how is that for a connected experience? Pretty cool, right? Only if I was able to fulfill my expectation as a consumer, it would have been a fulfilling connected experience, but they failed, and they failed miserably. So in reality, what happened, I got the dress delivered at my house. It was a tad big. I called customer service and I said, hey, can you tell me your nearby store? They said, yes, Anil, there is one a kilometer away. I said, can you tell me if the smaller size of this dress is available at the store? They said, no. We don't know. You have to go and check it out for yourself. Disconnected experience. I took a leap of faith. So I went to the store anyways, and luckily I found a smaller size. Since my kid was with me, we tried, perfect. And I said, look, can you replace it for a smaller size? They said, no. You bought it online, so you have to return it online. So I had to come back home. I had to request a replacement return, wait for a few days to get a smaller size. Now you tell me, would you change your brand for a disconnected experience like this? Yes? That's why brands can't afford to not able to create these connected experiences. So you as a business, if you want to become a world-class customer experience organization, it requires you to be able to build connected experiences for your customer. Otherwise, you'll not win the race. But you must then ask, where does the buck stop? The evolution is so fast, new channels continue to be emerged, and new touch points continue to grow up. Where does the buck stop? So let me tell you another point of view. Back in the day, brands and organizations used to dictate which channels their customers can engage with them, when they would like to engage with them. That has changed completely. Now, a customer makes a decision, and that too on the fly, where they want to engage with the brand, how do they want to engage. And that is why we at Horizontal call that today customer is the only channel that brand has to manage. Not the store, not the customer service, not other channel. Customer is the new channel that you need to manage as a brand. And I'll tell you a real life story so that you can better relate to it. So my daughter turned 4 this January, and she has been pitching an idea for the last 12 months to me that she has grown enough to get a bicycle of her own. 12 months. So she was so persistent. This December when I was off, I started looking for a bicycle. I went to the Decathlon website and I started looking for bicycle models for 4 to 6 years of old. I found 2 of them. But I could not really make up my mind because I did not know if it will be a good fit for my daughter's height. Would this investment be beneficial for next 2 years? So I decided that, okay, I'll just go to the store and check out the model first and before make a decision. So one fine day, while coming back from office, I went to the Decathlon store. I checked out the model. I spoke to the salesperson. I got all my queries clarified, and I had everything that I needed to make that decision, except for one thing. My daughter was not with me that day, and my daughter is, her height is slightly lesser. So I was confused. Would this model 4 to 6 years will be better, or do I need to look for 3 to 4 years of model? So I came back home. And then life happened to me. I got busy in my work, I got busy in travel, I forgot about the bicycle, only for one day to be reminded by Decathlon through a marketing email saying, "Hey Anil, we have a new model launched in the category of 4 to 6 years with an early bird discounts." And those of you who are fan of discounts like me, you obviously click on that marketing email. So I did. It opened up Decathlon app. There was a new model, fancy looking model, loved it. But again, I had a couple of questions which the website could and the web could not give me the answer. So I decided to call the sales team of Decathlon. I called them, I said, "I like this model, this is a question." They clarified my answer, and I said, "Could you place an order for me, please?" They did it online for me. And after a couple of days, I got this massive box with bicycle parts and a tiny assembling guide. And the engineer within me, just got excited. I said, "Let's do this. This weekend, this is the project." And I got to it. I started assembling. But boy, oh boy, writing a piece of code was easier than assembling that bicycle. And I sweat like a pig for an hour or so. And finally, I gave up and decided to call Decathlon customer service. I called them. I said, "This is the model. I got it. I am struggling." They said, "Okay, let's do a video call." I did a video call. They guided me, and I was able to put that cycle together. Now, how is that for a connected experience? Pretty good one, right? Okay. That converted me into a loyal customer for Decathlon as a brand. And I am sure a lot of you have read multiple marketing reports of late, which says that 60% of today's consumers are willing to change their brand for a better customer experience. Okay? And that's why I'm trying Mama Earth now instead of. But now you know what connected experiences are, what connected digital experiences are. And it sounds easy, right? But there is a lot that goes behind the scene. So let's just talk about how these connected experiences work with Abhilasha.
Thank you, Anil, for setting up the context. And a very warm good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really glad to have every one of you over here. Continuing our exploration of connected experience and its significance in every customer journey, let's delve deeper into its mechanics. So, I'm sure every one of you who is sitting over here must have experienced air travel multiple times in their lifetime. Let's start with understanding what does a typical flight journey entail. From booking the tickets to boarding the flight and thereafter actually reaching our final destination, what are the various steps that we as customers have to go through in this journey? And what are our expectations that could have made this journey even more better? So, the very first step that any one of us would do whenever we are taking a flight journey would be we'll book the tickets, right? That is the prerequisite if we are going on any of the journey. So, the tickets are booked. Thereafter, I will check the flight schedule. Flight schedule checked. Now, maybe a day or two before, we need to plan our logistics to the airport. So, I can either book a cab or I may plan to drive myself and leave my car at the parking if I'm going on a really short business trip. Logistics planned. Now, on the day of airport, most of us will always check the flight, whether it is not delayed anymore or it is not cancelled, and then only we'll start from our home. So we'll start and we'll finally reach the airport. Now what? We have reached the airport. We often have to shuffle in between the entry gates and check-in counters, right? Because none of us would like standing in long queues. And thereafter, once we finally check in, we'll get our boarding pass and we'll start marching towards our security gate. In between, At least I, as a traveler, really want to make pit stops at my favorite store for shopping and grabbing something to eat, as travel makes me hungry. And I think most of you would do the same. So, shopping, eating done, and thereafter I will reach my boarding gate, board the flight, reach my destination. Sounds seamless, right? As if nothing can go wrong. And it is a foolproof plan. But is it always so seamless and organized? Have we never encountered challenges where we actually start on time from our home but get stuck in traffic due to traffic jams or any highway closure? Or challenges like where we thought that we would park our car at the parking but we took it forever for finding a parking spot. Another instance that maybe I'd planned going to the airport directly from my office, thinking I'll grab my lunch over there, but I had no time left because of the long queues that I faced on the check-in counters. Another instance, shopping on the go. So I planned my visit to my hometown for my mom's birthday, and I thought that I'll buy her a favorite present from one of the stores at the airport. But to my disappointment, that store is not on that particular terminal. So as a customer, I have to compromise and make another purchase. And the last minute gate gambits, where we often have to rush to another gates with all our luggage. All these are kind of bitter experiences which makes our journey not so hassle-free. And at that time, all we want is somebody from the airport authorities to assist us for making our journey even more swift, make our journey even more swiftly. So, contrary to all these challenges, let's now envision an airport that caters to almost 200 plus destinations across the globe, operates 1,000 plus flights almost every day, and serves 700 million customers annually. And all those 700 million customers are being served with a hyper-personalized experience. When I'm saying a hyper-personalized connected experience, what it could be. Experience that a passenger already have their parking spot reserved when they are reaching the airport, or somebody is actually waiting from the airport authorities to park their car on their behalf if they are getting late. Or experiences like a quick chatbot service for any customer who is late and needs assistance at the airport. Personalized notifications that are being sent at different periods to apprise them about any changes in their flight schedule and even of any highway closure so that they can plan their travel even more effectively. And cherry on the cake, what if there is a facility for us as passengers that we can pre-book all our meal from our favorite restaurants at the airport, and even we can shop online beforehand, whether that store is present on that terminal or not, even from any other terminal, and all those things getting delivered to us at our boarding gate just before we board the flight. Isn't it a dream of almost every passenger who would want to go on a journey? But is it actually realistic? Does anybody of you actually know any airport who is providing such experiences to its customer? Well, it's no more a dream at the Heathrow International Airport. With Salesforce 360 implementation, Heathrow has leveled up its game in providing connected experience to its customer. Let's now see how this connected experience work in the realm of Salesforce cross-cloud systems. So any passenger who is traveling through Heathrow will have numerous touch points. Beginning with the digital journey, they will be accessing website for the terminal information or for any online shopping that they want to do, for which Salesforce Experience Cloud would be the best fit. Thereafter, any shopping, whether it is done on the store, at the airport, or online, would need an order management system to maintain purchase history, discounts, any inventory. Salesforce Commerce Cloud and order management on top of that will be the best fit of this scenario. Marketing endeavors can very well be managed using Salesforce Marketing Cloud platform tools like Journey Builder and Email Studio. A customer service support system is must to promptly address to any customer queries and grievances. And that is where Salesforce Service Cloud comes with case management and chatbots. Last but not the least, Sales CRM is indispensable for any sales need, and Sales Cloud will best fit for it. Now, all these systems can perfectly work independently. But do we think that all these systems working in isolation will actually help in providing a connected experience to the customer? So, for example, I as a customer, when I'm going to the airport, I always end up eating burgers at Wendy's and grabbing my favorite coffee from Starbucks. But I'm being loaded with promotional emails from Domino's of one-on-one pizza or a 50% discount, though I hate eating pizza. And I already have logged this request with the service team that I do not need any such promotional emails. Since my Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, and none of these systems are integrated and communicating with each other, they are working in silos and they do not understand my preference very much. Therefore, integration is imperative among all these systems. So all these systems, information can be brought in the center in a customer data platform. And that is where Salesforce Data Cloud comes into the picture. Salesforce Data Cloud can ingest information from these systems and then unify it as the single source of truth. The data can further be transformed and used by decisioning engine, omni-channel orchestrations, and be sent back to these particular systems so that they can understand customer preferences even better, thus providing a connected experience to all the customer. And that is exactly what we at Horizontal aim at. At Horizontal, our guiding principle is pretty simple. Customer is always at the center and it always comes first. No matter what we do, customer remains at the core of everything. Everything means everything. Now, to understand more about what Horizontal is and what Horizontal represents, let's take a sneak peek into this video.